Sorry.
Seinfuck.
I was caught in a conundrum in traffic on the way back that I've been meaning to tell you about.
A conundrum?
A conundrum, a quasi catch-22. So I was in a snafu in traffic on the way home from work because I've taken it upon myself to start drinking a gallon of water every day I'm at the office. I often forget when I'm at the office.
Oh, so you pissing like crazy.
Oh, yeah, that boy pissing. And that's me. I'm up from my desk every hour on the hour to evacuate my bladder. And I forgot to do so on the way out of the office. So now I'm in traffic and I really got to piss. Traffic is backed up and stalled. There's something going on downtown. Who knows? It could be anything on the Arizona highways. If there's an accident, people will rubberneck and slow down everything. So I'm stalled, and there's a great trick you can do if you really need to piss and you're nowhere near a toilet, where you can make yourself hard, and that prevents you.
That's not the direction I thought I was gonna go.
It prevents you from having to piss. Or from pissing, if it's that bad.
Proctologists hate this one weird trick.
This one simple trick.
One weird trick the liberals don't want you to know.
Don't want you to know. I guess it's urologists.
You'll never understand what it's like to be a man.
Oh. So I'm rubbing my dick in the car, trying not to piss. And I'm giving myself an over-the-pants hand job in my car in stop traffic. And It occurs to me that I'm in stop traffic, and I look to my right, and there's a sunglasses bald boomer staring at me like this. I'll try to give you an impression. The audience can feel it at home. He goes,
"Oh, yeah." The look of disgust you get from a girl at a party.
Well, I'm not daunted by boomers in my state anymore. Boomers in my state are bitches, and they're all talk. So I start undoing my zipper.
Oh no!
And he looks away. All right. Traffic is beginning to advance. I want the bit to keep going. And I'm going to go until someone honks, I decide. And I get my dick halfway out of my pants before someone honks. And I proceed on my day. I later pissed inside a lemonade bottle that I had in my car. And I just wanted to say to you people who are out there looking to play traffic chicken, write us in at seinfuck@gmail.com. Tell us the gayest thing that's ever happened to you in your sedan.
It's a strategy, all right? It's a strategy that you're like, listen, I'm stuck in traffic. I don't want to piss in a bottle. Like, who wants to piss in a bottle? Who wants to piss in a nice
have you ever
can
pissed in a
of
bottle?
Celsius that you just drank, right? You don't want that.
Yeah, so wise.
I don't want piss to mix with my peach vibe. Like, who wants that?
Do they still make that one lemonade that has, like, the lizard?
Are you talking about Sobe?
Yeah, Sobe. Do they still make Sobe? You're just pissing in a Sobe bottle?
No, economic turmoil claims Sobe.
What's a Sobe?
Sobe is a proto-energy drink from the early 2000s that came in a glass jar. Its logo was a lizard, and it was an opaque substance. It was very rarely clear.
I just looked it up. Yeah, I do remember. So I remember seeing them. I don't think I ever drank one. I don't think my mom allowed me or my brother to drink this as a kid.
No, they shouldn't have. It's a terrible drink.
I remember really liking them.
No, they're great. Your parents should not have let you drink them. And I remember a vivid memory waiting for my older brother to get done at the skate park. I chugged a Sobe and threw up all over the parking lot.
Oh, that's such a childhood thing. Just like, oh, I really like this. Let me take and drink or eat as much as I can until I literally can't and then get sick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking it up right now, the Sobe. So apparently Sobe is still around briefly, but it's you're only able to order it in special orders. They do not do like regular orders, but I'm also remembering like the titles. I'm looking some of them up. Like, do you remember that there was one called Sobe Long John Lizard's Grape Grog?
I don't think there was. And I think
I think you're just lying to us. I think that you're just gaslighting us.
That's real.
Which isn't real.
There was a penis alata flavor.
Wait, say that again.
A penis
There was a penis alata flavor?
PENIS. That's what they call the flavor.
The penis alata.
Penis alata. That was your favorite Sobe, yeah?
I guess so, honestly.
Yeah, there was the Sobe Love Bust Brew.
The Love Bust Brew?
That was the pink one, right?
Yeah.
You can't have the Love Bust Brew. That's not real.
Love Bus.
no bust, but I do love the love bust brew.
Well, that's whatever's cooking in your cauldron at home, Robert. You don't gotta be shy about it.
Yeah, definitely got 2 cauldrons cooking that up.
You know, it's funny. Someone had an image that they took from the Yankees dugout, and there's just a big vat of it's like a tank with a little dispenser nozzle on it. And it says bone broth on it in like erasable marker.
Oh no,
that's real.
We've fallen as a culture, right? Like the fact that we used to like have our athletes drinking, Sobe, and then doing
tobacco.
doing little like
Chewing
ads for it,
tobacco.
drinking tabs and little chubbies, and now they're like, oh, no Gatorade, it's got it's fake electrolytes. Let me drink my bone broth. Like I
gotta drink my bone broth.
Yeah,
And,
I gotta drink my bone broth and make sure let's insert a lot of protein in the mix.
Yeah, exactly what I need to keep my guys who are supposed to run fast in the game.
I mean, back in the day, if a child walked into the dugout, they'd immediately get fucking stage 3 lung cancer. Like, what fucking happened? What happened to this country?
Well, here's the thing. So I've been watching this show. Robert kind of introduced me. There's this service like called Nebula. It's sort of like a kind of YouTube-ish like dropout sort of style thing, and there's a show on there called Abolish Everything, and like comedians come in and they like give out like, okay, what do they want to abolish? And I realized one of the things that I would want to abolish, and we talk like baseball on this podcast, is my abolish thing is that I would abolish the stigma of steroids in baseball. I'm here for steroid-induced baseball. I want to hear your thoughts.
Should be its own league.
It is its own league. It's called Major League Baseball.
I mean,
we have minor league for a reason.
Yeah, we have minor league. Listen, you have to, in my opinion, the way it should work is that you have to work your way up naturally. And then when you get to Major League Baseball, you get to do what I call turbocharging. And then you can really get the maximum amount.
We could just get they get to like pretty much the height of their career or near enough.
You accomplish your dream.
And then they switch over to Major League, get fucking pumped through all the drugs, and then we can see how they really would play.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want to see, I want it to be merit-based to get in, but meritless once you're there.
Yeah, no, that's awful.
That sucks. Society wouldn't be improved.
I'm here trying to solve a ratings problem. All right, that's what I'm.
Ratings is like the second most watched sport in the world.
Baseball's getting, ever since they got the pitch clock in, we're doing a lot better. No more 6-hour Yankee games.
That's fair, but I'm just saying we can do better. We can reach higher highs. All right, and listen, if this is too illegal, I'll just start this league in Saudi Arabia, and I'll get a bunch of ex-players.
Honestly, yeah, you will wake up covered in money if you pitch that to Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Malcolm left the podcast. What's he doing? Oh, he runs the roided baseball league in Saudi Arabia.
They put money in F1. If they can put money in F1, you can make money doing roided up baseball.
That's what I think. I think it's just turbocharged baseball, Bob. But apparently, there's people here on this podcast that believe in the sanctity of sport. So
yeah, we're wimps. I'm sorry.
We're lost.
Yeah, we were such fucking pussies because of that.
I think people should be allowed to juice in like professional wrestling, and that's like the only acceptable environment you should.
That's also fair. I do think that's fair. I just assumed that was already happening.
Well, it is very much so. In they do human growth hormones, but I'm not sure if they do like straight up steroids anymore, or like obviously they're doing testosterone. Obviously they're doing a lot of stuff, but like steroids, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because like I'm wondering, like, are we really to believe that John Cena and Cody Rhodes and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they're natty right now?
I don't know about Cody. Cody used to be natty. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to believe that Cody Rhodes was not natty in AEW. The minute you go to WWE, everything changes. That's all off the books. I don't know. Vince McMahon was brought to trial for doping his fucking guys in the 90s. It was a big thing. Like he had a doctor write him fake scripts and sell them a bunch of fucking testosterone. And that's why everyone in the WWE looks like they were an exploding hot dog. Similar use case. I mean, Vince McMahon just got better at human trafficking after they caught him once. So,
I mean, what's his name is running mayor of fucking New York? Chris Cuomo? Yeah, Chris fucking Cuomo's running again.
He's in Smash. He said it like he's in the new Smash Brothers game. He's in, guys. Cuomo's in Smash.
It's Cuomo's in Smash.
Chris Cuomo.
He's in the new Super Mario Kart? Chris Cuomo.
And it's like through the Wii remote speaker. What's the fucking Chris Cuomo like?
I don't know. He'd probably just say, "I'm not a rapist. I'm Italian."
I'm not a rapist.
I'm Italian.
Good. I love that bit where they take like random people and put them in Smash Brothers.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Bit. Yeah.
It's a pretty good bit.
There was a Nintendo Direct. I don't know if you guys saw this pretty recently. They announced that the Switch 2 would be $349 domestically, that is in Japan. And then in America would retail for somewhere around $600 because of the tariffs.
Yep. Yeah. And that's probably going to go up.
Yeah. So
I hope you all appreciate buying your Switch 2 for just under $1,000 and your games for $120.
So the games are digital only. There's no inserts, packing material, or disc.
You don't own the games anymore.
No, you're basically buy licensing for it.
So why am I still
renting.
paying the same premium for a video game? You could say that inflation plays a role for sure, but like when you take out all the packaging and shipping and handling, like they'd say that games in the 90s were worth like what, $120 or something adjusted for inflation.
Just for inflation, they talk about it's a lot more expensive.
Part of it is that games are taking longer to make, like especially the AAA games. They're requiring
their budgets
more
are a lot higher.
They're billion-dollar entities, at the highest end. But then again, it's like we say this, and then like a game like Among Us comes around,
Repo,
and then that makes like $1 billion, and that costs maybe $100,000.
So I'd like to propose to any potential developers listening, why are you putting ray tracing and RTX and all of this perfectly tessellated butthole bullshit in all of these video games? It takes an extra 2 years and slaps that on top of your development time and probably adds $100 and some odd million to your development budget. No one can tell the difference. Everyone just usually turns those off because people with like non-elite setups can't even use it. I certainly don't think about it. I still play World of Warcraft.
I'm drooling most nights from the lobotomy that I'm praying for every night.
Why wait, Robert?
Why would you can just do it. Like there's nothing
It's a full personal lobotomy. But
Stick
what if
your
I
needle up your
miss some
nose.
of the connectivity between my hemispheres?
But like, no, listen, it's sad that you want to lobotomize yourself.
Nah, I kind of, isn't that what drinking is? It's just chemical lobotomy.
No. Listen, drinking is supposed to reduce the function in your brain that like makes you want to like do not crazy fun things. It's like a disarming effect, right? When you and people who you're around are drinking, right? You're all mutually agreeing to have fun.
To lobotomize ourselves, yeah.
Well, listen, I don't think lobotomies are fun. I don't like whenever we had someone who had a lobotomy and they're like, man, he's the life of the party. That Kennedy sister, she's fucking crushing it. She's
such a sad story,
that
the Kennedy sister.
Yeah,
so fucking
just imagine
sad.
if her lobotomy turned her into like Bert Kreischer. Like that's what I think you think a lobotomy.
She's the machine.
She's the machine.
It's like a 50-50 whether or not you're like a vegetable or Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
This is an uncomfortable topic of conversation.
It is a very uncomfortable topic.
I don't want to talk about lobotomized people, especially when I can't tie it into political discourse somehow.
No, I mean, listen, what happened was terrible, and we should not. They are victims, and we can move on.
Our victims? What the fuck
no,
you mean
they
our
are
victims?
ARE.
Yeah, the people who were lobotomized in history were victims. Thank you, Malcolm.
Dr.
Yeah,
Gregor,
they are victims.
Delilah.
See, at the beginning of this episode, you're jerking it, trying not to piss.
Pissing in your car sucks so fucking bad, dude. I feel like a fucking animal.
I'll usually just piss off the side of the highway if I really have to. People can look at my dick. I don't care.
You can't do that on the 51.
No, you can't, because you will die.
Yeah, someone will fucking hit you by mistake because no one knows how to drive out here.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I just got a car, and so it's my first car, like my first real car, and I'm like, there's a part of me that's excited to like, hit certain milestones. Like I've never pissed in a bottle in my own car before. Like that's
a
not
milestone.
A thing.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's a milestone when I do it.
You should do whatever you can to avoid it.
No, that's what I'm going to do. Well, there could be a circumstance, a situation, if you will, that will make me so that I have to. Most likely doing some sort of road trip.
I mean,
Gotcha.
The reality is that the battery on your car, which is an all electric car for the listeners at home, it's probably going to run out before you ever get to the point where you're about to piss yourself in your car.
Well, here's the problem, right? What if I'm desperately trying to get to a charging station and I'm just like on that line, but I have to piss really badly, where if I stop, I'm not going to make it. Like, then that could create a situation in which I have to piss. Now, I also, my battery on my electric car, that's not a Tesla. It's a Rivian.
It's not a Tesla. It is a Rivian.
It is like over, what is it, 400, over 400 kilometers, almost 500 kilometers. So actually it is 500 kilometers. I don't know how many miles that is off the top of my head, but so there's a chance.
It's like 300 miles, something like that.
Also, it has nothing to do with like the range on the battery of the electric car has nothing to do with the potential that I get stuck in traffic.
Are you saying
piss?
So like if you drive 2.5 hours, you say you're gonna need to piss yourself?
Potentially. What if
Why
I
did you
drank
piss
a lot
before you left?
Because I didn't want to piss. But I was going to say, so I brought up the thing because the comedic thing of, okay, if you can abolish one thing, I said that I would abolish the stigma of steroids in baseball. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but now I was going to bring it up to you. If you could abolish one thing that's kind of comedic, what would you abolish? And
Clothing.
Why? Clothing?
Get rid of clothing.
So you want people to be buck-ass naked?
When you live in Arizona, everyone's going to get sunburnt to shit.
We'll turn into natives. It's the natural progression. You know?
Oh, my God.
Well, Malcolm, if you were born somewhere where the sun shines more often, your kids are going to be browner than you were. That's just a fact of life.
Natural progression. Melanin in the skin.
That is true. That is fair.
That's my thoughts on it.
As we all originated in, what is now continental Africa, and as certain people went north, they got whiter.
Citation needed.
Wait, is that actually you just want to get rid of clothes? Is that your thing?
Yeah, I think Adam and Eve made a big mistake when they ate that fruit. I think they made a big fuck up, and they got made clothes as a result of that fuck up. So if you think about it, clothes are kind of at the root of all evil.
Wouldn't that be knowledge is the root of all evil?
What did they learn?
I don't know.
Besides that they were naked. And wouldn't that be sight and not knowledge?
Isn't sight an aspect?
Yeah. I guess the thing is that clothes pejoratively is like a big spectrum. Is there like a specific clothing item?
No. I think he's literally just like wants people to be naked as an option in life.
Okay. So you just go to like the Raising Cane's and you're just buck ass naked. You get your big platter and then you're just going to town sitting there in the corner.
Yeah, you're at the Raising Cane's. You're across the counter from someone who is also buck ass naked, working the fryer. Little sprints go on and just boil off bits of your pubic hair and then you just keep going.
God, our skin would get so tough in certain working environments if we were all just naked. Like man, like you get all those greasy spots and all of a sudden you just got like just scales.
Ugh. I mean, he's saying to abolish clothes, not abolish lotion.
I'm saying you got a lotion. I don't know what you're going to abolish, but yeah.
Oh, I am going to abolish short sleeve button-up shirts.
Hey, he just piggybacked off mine. Get your own, pal.
No, it's different. Yours is people should have the option to be naked. Mine is they should just get rid of that article of clothing completely. Harper is like rocking back and forth because he hates this so much.
I don't hate it. I'm just I'm trying to fucking just say your fucking thing. Yeah,
that's the thing. I just fucking hate button-up shirts.
Day. I'm sorry. I'm really trying.
I know
really
it's okay, but
it's okay.
Here.
That's why that's why we'll just lead the charge. It's all good.
Harper, unleash your frustrations.
Yes, that's what this podcast is for.
Partially, it's what this is for. Unleash the power.
Another day.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ. He's got a gun. He's just straight. At least he's doing trigger control.
Listen.
It's a BB gun.
It's not a BB. It is not a fucking BB gun.
There's a lot of things that upset me lately, okay? And I'm having a hard time regulating my feelings.
Okay.
I think I'll start with the 5-day work week.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is an asinine concept.
it is.
Also, they're pitting us against each other so they can keep us working like good little ants, Malcolm. Doesn't that piss you
Yeah,
off?
okay, that's what I thought. And then I was like, wait a minute,
Piss
are
you
you
off,
saying...
Malcolm.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay.
Stop cocking the gun. It's making me nervous. It is nowhere near me, and it still makes me nervous.
It's not
Being
loaded.
cocked.
You-
Cocked of the walk.
You treat all guns as if they're loaded.
Exactly.
Ah! He pointed the gun at me through the screen, and that was why I went. And that is a very real noise that I would make if someone
So
pointed a gun
I'm
at
gonna
me.
stop trying to do my normal shtick. It's not working for us today, okay? So we'll just play a little game until we figure out where we are.
Sure.
Right?
That's fair. Sure.
I'm gonna name a popular television show, and you're gonna guess how many hits it has on rule34.faheel.net.
Yes. You know what? I'm here for this. Go on.
I think this is fun. Let's
Are we
do
doing
this.
animated specifically, or just
Everything.
like? Okay. What's
In
the
the
first
show's
one?
honor, in fact, we'll start with Seinfeld.
Seinfeld? Oh, that can't be more than like a couple hundred. Are we going in the
We'll get the
in
closest
the
mark
tens,
wins.
or
Is
how
it
accurate do you want
Closest
this to
mark
be?
will win. We'll get the closest mark.
Okay, hold on. Is this all time or is this for like the last month or the last year?
This is just what's on Faheel total.
Okay.
And for those who I would be very surprised if you're listening to this podcast and don't know, Rule 34 it generally means artwork that is linked to that is pornographic in nature, that is in itself a parody / homage or whatever to a specific thing.
Allow me.
Yes, please.
The rules of the internet were created on the random board of 4chan in the early 2000s, and Rule 34 of those rules is if it exists, there is porn of it. Rule 35, I think, or 36 or whatever, is if it does not exist, porn will be made of it or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
So there it is. Seinfeld, what's your guess?
Low 200s.
Low 200s? Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe, I'll just go a little higher, low 300s.
It is 162. The point goes to Robert this round.
Yes.
Let's see what kind of you guys want to take a look at some of the.
No, I really
But
kind of
I'd love you
don't.
to describe one of them. Like
Yeah, you're
describe
gonna have
something
to
you're watching.
describe
sure.
them for the
This
listeners
is
at home.
there are several deepfakes of Elaine sucking dick. My personal favorite here is Jerry Seinfeld with his dick in Elaine's ass, it appears.
Okay,
And Elaine
okay.
looks very surprised, and Jerry also looks surprised, but also like someone photoshopped Jerry's upper half of his body onto a nude
like just
man's.
real porn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's,
Well, I mean-
I'm just gonna link just like post this image so you can get a good look at it. It's too
Alright,
hard
like-
to describe as it turns out.
Okay.
So take a peek.
Great.
That's great.
Here's the
Have a look.
The
my
hair is
God.
just wrong. The hair is wrong.
It's not
You
the
like
right.
It's
hair.
just
Also, what
suspended.
is going on with this man's asshole?
He's got a little
Yeah.
tag, hemorrhoid perhaps.
Yeah, he was doing some pegging porn before this.
Yeah, he's worn out.
He also like has John Travolta chin.
He looks like John Travolta is fucking someone who is supposed to look like Julie Louis-Dreyfus, but isn't. Also, it's funny because like I think in the show Seinfeld, Elaine and Jerry did date once, so perhaps they actually did do this. Like we don't.
Yeah,
we
this
don't
is
know.
really them. It's really
Yeah, in
Jerry.
the canonized universe in which Jerry's jaw is quite chiseled, and Elaine has fair
in the
faucet
Jerry,
hair.
where in the sitcom itself they got John Travolta.
Oh man.
All right, so okay, what's the next one?
Avatar: The Last Airbender: Legend of Korra.
Just specifically Legend of Korra. Oh,
I'm gonna
fucking
go-
like 2,000-3,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like 4,000 or 5,000.
3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Malcolm is
Yes.
closer. There is about 7,512 results on Peel right now.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ!
God. Oh, there's a lot of sad people. Some would be perhaps our listeners are making some bad art.
There's lots of bad art. Yes.
Is there a way to exclude AI? Because I think that's important.
I don't think so.
I guess there's not. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't respect prompt artists. You're not real artists. You're just hacks.
louder for those in the back, Mr.
Yeah,
McLeod.
you're
Pharaoh,
fucking
preach.
Yeah, they're
preach,
fucking
Pharaoh,
hacks. You need to suffer a little bit for your art. You can't just be like, "Oh, let's get the computer to do it." Like just like
develop an actual
respect,
skill would be nice.
I respect the Rule 34 artist who sat down today and was like, "I am going to Photoshop Elaine getting her ass fucked by Jerry Seinfeld." All right, that's what I'm doing today. All
That's
right,
real art. That's right.
They locked the door. They said, "Mom, I don't want milk today. I'm making art.
I'm making art. I'm making a living. I make 3 times more than you, and you don't know it."
Exactly.
That is a very specific kind of Rule 34 artist. That is maybe one person.
Yeah, we're just
one.
There is so much fucking money in fetish porn. You have no idea.
Not as much as you think.
Yeah.
You do. It depends on how specific you get.
It doesn't. You got to pay those bills at the end of the month, and all that money goes away real quick.
That's true. I mean, I guess here's the thing, right? If you're looking to supplement your income, your artist, you're doing other things, then sometimes you're like, listen, this is just what's paid us the bills. And I respect that too. All right. If you're just like, I'm drawing this month because I got buyers and they're looking to buy, I'll sell. Like, I think I respect that too. If we had to do like a dubbing over some sort of porno, like I think maybe the 3 of us would do it for cash.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm reminded of that one Twitter exchange with an artist where someone was just like, "Why don't you go get a real job?" And then she just literally posted her bank statement that had like $120,000 in the bank.
Oh my
and it
God.
was like,
You can
I
edit
draw
those.
cartoon lesbians fucking.
You can just edit that bank statement, though. Like,
Yeah,
you can
I
just
know,
go and inspect
Harper.
Element.
Are you just in denial that people are willing to pay a lot of money for like their own special things in fucking animation?
I know that fucking people have given absurd amounts of money, like $100,000 for a single animation. That's only a year, maybe, of living good, and it's not that much. So,
yeah, but then you also have like artists that are charging like $3,000 for special fucking requests.
you show me that artist. Go ahead.
You don't want this. You don't want this smoke, Harper.
What smoke? Who are you paying? This
not
just sort
paying
of sounds
anybody.
like you've commissioned a very expensive artist.
No.
Malcolm, have you ever seen Robert overlooking any strange material while he's been a...
He locks his door. He won't let me in. And sometimes I just
Don't
hear
lock
breathing.
my fucking door.
He breathes. He just breathes heavily. And, he just,
I
and then
just
he'll be
imagine
like,
you
and
putting-
when he leaves, he opens the door. He's currently staying with me. And when he opens the door, he just says, like, "I was talking to my mom." And I go, "I don't know. I didn't hear any words." And he's like,
You left your phone in the living room.
"Yeah, you left your phone
such an
downstairs."
extremely poor excuse for jerking off. I was talking to my mom, guys. Chill out.
Yeah, it's like your phone. I was
know,
holding your
chill
phone. Like, I'm holding the phone, being like, "Are you sure about that?"
Yeah, the boogie for a full color sketch, that's gonna be a fucking $500 sketch for sure, but he's gonna do it right. And it's gonna be a great sketch.
Oh.
The boogie's a great artist, right, Robert?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I actually don't.
He answered that pretty quickly. Did you hear that?
I really
Anyway,
wait. What is it?
Star Trek. Just Star Trek. What do you think?
Just Star
Hold on,
Trek.
sorry.
Oh.
Before we go to Star Trek,
Yeah.
can you describe like the top piece of art that you saw with the Avatar last? Was it Legend of?
Yeah, we got to go.
There's a
through
lot
the art.
of Korra getting rammed in the ass.
They're really loving anal over there. They're really
Anal
like.
is a very popular subcategory lately.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ.
If you listen to
here
Freud,
is someone. Here is a top tier artist whose name is In Case I.
what the
I,
fuck?
lowercase
In Case?
n.
No.
All they do is draw food porn.
This is
Which
just
women with
too
dicks.
high profile. In
And
Case
they
is
make
like
$21,420 a month on Patreon.
21,000 a month. In Case
On Patreon.
there are 12
And
months
that's
in a year,
just
right?
on Patreon.
That's
That
about
doesn't include
$200,000,
requests.
right? No, that's $260,000, right? Am I math wrong?
21,000. Wait, what are you saying?
21,000 a month, right? And there's 12 months.
Yeah,
a year.
$21,420
So how much is that in
a
a year?
month. That's about, fucking times 12. So about
also, you've
260.
actually like found the most prolific Rule 34
I
artist of all
looked
time.
up top earning Patreons and found
That
the
is,
porno
no,
ones.
you found him. He's just the
that's a
only
Patreon.
fucking
That's
one. That's what I'm
that's
telling
different.
you. It's
Yeah,
like him and Shadman. And what the fuck do people still pay
You
Shadman?
tell me that there's not enough money, and then I bring up someone who makes like $240,000
It's the highest
a year off this
echelon
shit.
of erratic art that you found. All right, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay, bring up a Legend of Korra porno thing that is like, I don't know, Mako getting pegged by Korra. How about that?
I don't want to find that. I don't
But
wanna
it
see Mako
exists.
get
You
his
know it
ass
does,
beamed.
so you don't fucking
Yeah.
Google it.
All right.
You know it
Don't
does.
tell me my
I know it
business.
does. Your business. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm requesting the shit. I
Well,
spent
well,
$5,000.
well.
No.
There you go, folks. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Pick up the
Yeah.
pencil, you lazy.
Always a porno requester, never a porno enjoyer.
You could. Here's the secret that these
Exactly.
porno artists don't want to tell you. You could just draw it, guys. You could just learn how to do that.
I
You
can't
can learn,
have a
but listen,
tremor.
but remember, art is hard. Being a prompt artist is easier.
It's so true.
It's
You
easy.
could literally just tell Grok to make you a short stack with fat tits, and it will.
And it sucks.
Yeah. No, it sucks for sure, but you can tell it to do that. Prompt
Okay.
artist. All right. Star Trek. Just star_Trek.
12,000. It's been around since the 60s. It's got to have a fairly large backlog.
4,000.
I would
Okay.
say like at least a few thousands off of Kirk and
Yeah.
Spock alone.
Well, I'll actually put a twist on this because it's right there, and I'm going to have trouble not doing this. Okay. Malcolm, your guess, the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars Rule 34 on Pahil.
Ooh.
Star Wars and Star. Okay, the difference. Oh, that's tough because there's so many iterations of Star Trek.
Which one do you think has more, first off?
I'm gonna make an assumption just based on popularity that Star Wars has more. I feel like there's a lot of people who is Daisy Ridley's character in that.
Ray. That would be
Ray.
I think there's
very
a
memorable
lot of
character.
people who are Ray haters online who are secretly obsessed with fucking her in the ass because that's what I'm
True.
going to say. Like, and I say that only because not that it's because of the Rule 35ers. They seem to be obsessed with art with someone
Yeah.
getting fucked in the ass. I think I'm saying fucked in the ass a lot this episode.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to say it's going to be Star Wars, but I don't think it's as much of a difference as we expect. Like, I think it's close. So I'm going to say there was, I don't know, like 11,000 for Star Wars and maybe like 9,000 for Star Trek.
Okay. Robert?
I'm going to say that there's about a 5,000 like entry difference, and that Star Wars obviously has probably like 15 to 16,000, whereas Star Trek has like 10 to 11,000.
Okay. The numbers. Star Trek, 4,944 entries on Pahil.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh, that's low. That feels low.
That feels low. Maybe it's because it's already such a horny show. People can just get onto the episode.
Star Wars, 31,500.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Dominated. The difference is, of course, nearly
Staggering.
27,000.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Great. Good stuff, guys.
And half that's just Princess Leia.
Yeah, that's just stuff from the 70s, you know.
they went back in the archives, you know, like those the godfathers, the godmothers of Rule 35 art. They were like all their old journals. They were like, we got to scan these, get them online.
Get these to the Library of Congress. Stat.
Listen, I'll be able to profit. Just drawing in like 1977. You're like, Dad, you won't understand. In about 40 years, I'll make so much money.
This is genre defying.
Yeah, I'll make as much money as this house we currently live in is worth in a month. But there's a lot of suffering between then and that.
Yeah, between then and it's, you know, suffering, homelessness. But when the internet happens, when the internet that's not going to be another thing for 20, 30 years happens.
Animal Crossing.
Oh God, I don't even want to think
Oh
about
no!
that. I don't
Okay,
wanna
so
think about
I'm noticing a
that.
trend that we're keep going up and up. This is the other thing that I'm scared with
There's
Rule
no
35.
way there's more fucking Animal Crossing than Star Wars.
Here's the deal: the more it kind of gets into stuff that I would consider more, it feels like the number's going to go up.
The more heinous it's gonna get.
Yeah, it's going to get more heinous. It's going to get more destructive on my psyche and my sanity and my belief in the human race.
Harper has his hands over his mouth and just a position of extreme worry.
Yeah, it's like he's got that it looks like right now that he looks like he's just put in the answer for the $1 million on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And
he looks like
Regis and Philbin is like waiting on, like he says, we don't.
The lights haven't come down yet.
I'm going to go 40,000.
Jesus Christ!
I think it's high.
No.
I think it's high.
All right.
People are horny for Animal Crossing. That's that's what's the message I'm getting from the eyes the way he looked at me.
The
that
fear
worry.
and concern in the eyes.
The fear. I think the fear wasn't based on our guesses. The fear is about the reality that he's seeing.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to. Yeah, I think
he looks like the gun's now on him. Like it looks like someone off screen has the gun. Oh.
He looks like he bet his life savings on the ponies, and his horse just broke a leg. Is what it looks like. I'm gonna guess 22,000.
That's a good guess.
That's a good guess. Good guess.
It's Malcolm wins. The total was 37,355 for Animal Crossing.
I was worried. I was scared.
2,527 for.
Okay, you have to describe one of these because your face looks like really fucked.
This looks terrible. I'm worried.
I'm very worried.
Most of these are just Anka. That's the Egyptian cat girl who was also made famous by online pornography. The
Mia Khalifa of the Animal Crossing world.
I'm going to be resetting my router after this.
No, you should.
You really should.
We might have to flag this episode in the future.
Just not good. I'll do one more, okay? Because it blows my mind.
We'll do one last.
Cowards.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
60,000. If Animal Crossing is 37,000.
Yeah, I want to say like it feels like this is like 100,000. Like I think everyone is
the most
horned up for the
shit.
Hedgehog. I think it's Sonic, it's fucking Knuckles, it's they're getting it on. Like who are the other ones?
I think we're probably in the 10,000s off his feet alone.
That's a good guess.
There's like Dr. Eggman is going to be fucking Sonic in the ass at some point. Like
Tails is jerking off multiple dicks with his tails.
So what are your answers here?
I'm saying unironically 100,000.
I'm guessing 60,000 because I have some hope left for humanity.
We'll play the tense game show music here, Sasha.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Between Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog series, which are separated, the total is 102,132 entries on Rule34.be.
Oh, fuck.
Malcolm, you are the biggest degenerate on Seinfuck.
I just noticed a pattern and I went with it. This is not a reflection on me. I don't partake in any of this art.
So much.
This Malcolm, internet experiment.
I would like to thank you for once again being a patron of the arts. Surely, such fine artists.
Thank you for taking the heat off me on this one.
Yeah, I'll be starting up a museum for this art. There will be a museum. We'll find the finest. We're opening it up. It'll be in the Falkland Islands.
You're going to have a whole wing dedicated to inflation.
That's a great idea.
Actually, this feels like a money
idea. This is a good idea.
Where we take this art, we find the best, right? We're combing through the archives. And then we present it. We present it with the artist. We maybe a little story of the background of this artist. What happened? What was their trauma?
No.
Standing in the lobby.
No
with
trauma. Okay.
Laser on.
And this is a piece by Dives. It is a 36 frame animation that loops. It is the wrestler Pikachu, as you can see. The behind on this wrestler Pikachu has been reproportioned, of course.
Of course.
And as in keeping with Dive's style, you could loop this forever because you're high on marijuana and jerking off. Over here we have
Spyro the Dragon, but he's shitting in a Subway sandwich. This very
Spyro
famous
is not
piece of art
on the sandwich. It's the cheating.
It is the meat of the sandwich. I'm sorry. It is shitting into an open half of bread.
And
the most famous piece of Spyro the Dragon art on the
Malcolm,
internet.
why don't you introduce this little piece?
Yes, as you can see, we've got Ratchet and Clank, and
It hurts. It hurts.
yes, and they are being rammed by Grimroth.
Who?
Is that Captain Quark jerking off in the background?
That's
He's in the cut chair. Yeah.
That is Captain Quark. Wow.
This is Captain Quark.
Now, how much for this piece?
We acquired this piece for $100 a month on the artist's Patreon.
Oh, it's fantastic.
They've given us exclusive rights to project it here in the museum.
This is such a good idea. You guys laugh, but this is such a good idea for like
This has to exist, right? Like this has to be somewhere.
no,
Someone's
listen to
trying
this
to
shit.
do this,
No one
like
wants to see it.
unironically.
Where would this, like, what would the museum be called? Like, if you were,
It's a gallery for sure. We have to do it as a gallery.
Yeah,
because
a
there's no way this
gallery.
hits as a museum.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the Rule 34 gallery, something like that.
I promise you, you prospective patron donors out there to the Seinfuck podcast, if you donate enough, we will open the Seinfuck Museum of Fine Online Pornography.
If you build it, we will come.
That's a good one.
And if you'll
That's
come with
funny.
us to our EV wing of the store,
No.
No, we're,
Someone
we're
keeps
low.
stealing the Vaporeon statue and I'm
Yes.
piss the fuck off.
Listen, we're currently working on a VR experience, but we have some technical issues.
But the janitorial staff is on strike.
right this way, you'll see a picture of Anna Louise Dreyfus getting drilled in the ass.
By Jerry
Jerry
Seinfeld. It's not real. The actors are suing us.
This is not an AI picture. I think that's what makes this so striking, is that you can see the actors from their perspective pornography under the faces that were crudely cut from a People magazine.
You can
cover, it
see
appears.
where the lines blur in the Photoshop. This was an early version of Photoshop in which this picture in particular was made in. I believe it is the
You can tell by the
2009
pixels.
edition.
What do you serve to drink in this fucking place, do you think? You got to serve alcohol to get people looking at your shitty
Yes.
online pornography, right?
I'll serve Fent. I don't fucking care.
Fentline looking at fucking Fudanari images. Like,
yeah. What are they drinking? Like, it's got to be like what, Mountain Dew laced with something. Like, it'll be
that
like,
makes sense.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
Maybe this is where we bring back the Sobies. Like, we're the ones.
Yeah. Sponsor us, Sobe. You know how you only do special orders now? This is a fucking special order.
Yeah, Red Bull, they got that stupid thing where they drive the carts downhill and off a ramp.
They've got
and
the rally
stuff, and
cars.
the
They've got
extreme
the people who
sports.
just fucking jump out of helicopters onto mountains and ski down the mountains like
Malcolm,
no one's
pitch
ever
Sobe.
done that before.
Yeah.
Pitch Sobe on this, Malcolm. You're the
All
best
right,
talker here.
here's
You're
the
our
deal,
business
all right?
manager.
We love your product, all right? We drank it as a children. We were wondering, like, where is it? Where is our drink, all right? Listen, Gen Z has co-opted so much. They've taken so much from us. All right, for me, this is essential energy, all right? This brings me wisdom. It makes me a Superman, all right? I long for this tea.
And we will have in our gallery a very specific piece dedicated to your mascot character. Don't look at it before you sign the contract. Don't fucking look at it.
We know about Mr. Green, all right? We will make art based on Mr. Green, all right? Listen, I want you to picture this, all right? You're in the gallery, all right? You're looking at art. You're looking at Spyro the Dragon being fisted by Mario and Luigi.
I'm sure that actually exists. That's fucked
I'm
up.
absolutely sure that exists. It's probably going to be.
Listen, if they're not doing anal, they're doing fisting in this art. These are a lot of very repressed people. And you're like, okay, what do I want to drink? Because obviously I'm very thirsty when I'm looking at this.
You're parched.
I'm salivating. I'm parched, all right? This is the perfect time to drink Long John Lizard's grape grog, all right? That's how I picture it. It's time for the Long John, all right? And we'll personally commission from our top artists.
In case.
Long John Lizard.
We can't afford them.
Being grogged by Mr. Green in the love bus, all right? We can do that. Have no fear, all right? Allow the adrenaline to rush
Mr.
in.
Green. What about Ms. Green?
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. She's just a midget. Okay, don't worry.
It's all that.
It's all in the up and up. I promise, officer.
Wait, were you explaining this to the police now?
They're at every business meeting, are they not?
Yeah, I think they have to be just for our own safe well-being than anyone else.
Just
anyone else's.
Malcolm, as president of Sobey Enterprises, Michael Sobey, I have to say, you make a compelling offer, and you steam a good ham.
Oh, thank God.
Now, where's that one picture of that one fawn from Spyro? Can I jerk off to that?
That fawn from Spyro bending over. Yeah, that one. Send that to my email. That's Mike Sobey at Sobey.com.
It's Sobey
Shenzhen Ironworks.
With the Shenzhen Ironworks.
Put it in the Shenzhen Ironworks, all right? Listen, I want to make sure it's very clear. Shenzhen Ironworks is immune from the tariffs, all right? We have a deal. Who do you think provided the steel for
to build this wonderful art gallery?
My good friend Malcolm McLeod told me there's a steel mill that I can't sanction there, and of course I have to listen to him, don't we? We've all been to his wonderful art gallery in downtown New York.
You sound like James Austin Johnson. Your Trump impression has gone more James Austin Johnson.
The problem is I've started sitting in a steam room after every workout now, and my respiratory system is so much improved that I can no longer do impressions. Sadly,
that's a lie.
Oh no, that's
a
such
lie.
You just need to drink more water, all right?
You need to drink more Sobe. That'll tighten those vocal cords right up.
Yeah, let me look at the Sobe flavor for you. You need to drink Sobe Zen Blend. All right, that's what's needed. That's what's missing in your diet.
See, a long time ago, we lost our trademark for frog, and Sobe.
Yeah.
We're so close. You're a lizard. I get it. It's a different, kind of thing.
It's different, all right? There was frog grog, and now we are, drinking
reptiles versus
grog.
amphibians. It's different, but
listen, buy
special series.
Our brand.
Now, Harper, what is it like?
Well, you see, frog is a beverage-like substance, and it comes in a square can. Do we have a user submission?
I mean, we can. Either that or we can waffle for another 30 minutes.
Oh, what's stopping us from doing that?
What's stopping us from doing that, all right? My boy,
Dignity,
my sweet boy.
Fuck that. Trying to be entertaining. Fuck that, too.
Fuck that.
I gave up on that about 20 minutes into the episode when I realized that I wasn't doing it
around a fucking gun. Yeah, we kind of could tell.
It was loaded.
It was no.
No, it wasn't loaded. You're lying. Yeah. All right. Let's get a user submission.
Fucking user submission. Jesus fucking Christ. Here's a submission from someone who'd like to be known as Garrett with 2 T's and 2 R's.
Hi, Garrett.
Hi, Garrett. Their song recommendation is Never Again by Nickelback.
Nice.
A lot of Nickelback suggestions.
Well, we
recently.
like Nickelback.
Yeah, we like Nickelback.
Producer Sasha loves them especially.
I'm not sure about that.
Never
but okay.
again.
Have you?
That's good Canadian content right there.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck them.
No, we love them. We love them.
I am in Canada. I'm legally required to love Nickelback.
You're legally, yeah. Here's the problem. You have to say that because there's a very good chance, because you're in Vancouver, that you may run into Chad Kroeger because he lives here as well as the rest of the band.
He lives in this building.
And if you don't know the words to Rockstar when he encounters you, he might eat you. So
yeah,
it's true.
He and his bouncers will first kick the shit out of you.
He's gonna look at you and he's
gonna
gonna point at you and he's gonna unhinge his jaw and he's gonna say, "I'm sick of standing in line to play some never again."
It's like the end of fucking Invasion of the Body Snatchers when it's Chad Kroeger screaming and then a bunch of Canadians like on all fours start running towards you.
Tell him what happens, Malcolm. Tell him what happens if he doesn't know Rockstar.
Yeah, if you don't know Rockstar, yeah, they fillet you, and then Chad Kroeger eats you because you'll be nicely like diced up and cooked by Guy Fieri.
Yeah, they make you into poutine.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Okay, well, Garrett asks us this question. Would you rather survive 24 hours inside a closed mall with Siberian tiger or be in a Mr. Beast video? I think we'd all be in a fucking Mr. Beast video. I don't want anything to do with like a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, it does sound like a Mr. Beast video, but here's the thing. I'm not supporting Mr. Beast. I've got chances with the tiger, all right? I will, because the tiger is on one floor, I'm on another. I'm clean. I'm good.
You're just like every single time the tiger kind of like figures out the escalator, you're just kind of like, oh, gotta go down now.
Well, because the issue is that you don't know what the Mr. Beast video is going to be. Like he'll be like, yeah, you're going to be trapped in a coffin for the next 3 months. Like, oh, you have to live in a little box until you finish your novel. Like that's what's going to be.
That would probably work.
That would kill Robert.
Me finishing a novel? Jesus.
Yeah. That's actually how he gets his ghostwriter, because they just announced that Mr. Beast and James Patterson are working on a novel together. And I'm like, here's the fun fact: neither of those guys are writing the novel. A third guy is writing that novel.
Maybe multiple third guys are writing.
Maybe multiple
third
guys. But in this case, you're the third guy, and you're in a little room, and you have to be in a Mr. Beast video where he won't let you out until you finish the novel, or else your family suffers.
So in this case, well, it has to be a video, so eventually it would come out that I'm writing, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming you finish the book.
I'm assuming either that or I die and they never release the video.
Yeah, so you can either do that, or it's just 24 hours with a Siberian tiger in some sort of abandoned mall. Is that what he said?
What did he say? Yeah, I think he just said a mall. Yeah, inside a closed mall.
Oh, so it's a mall. There's other people. The tiger's going to be...
No, it's a closed mall.
It's going to deal with me. It's going to be eaten so good.
It's an abandoned mall. A closed mall, right?
It's not really an abandoned mall. It's just like a closed mall. So ostensibly all the like shit in the stores and stuff is still there.
Yeah, so you can just distract it.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Wiener Schnitzel and raid their fridge.
Harper, you answer the question. I feel like I gave an answer.
Probably the Mr. Beast video, I would say. Probably Mr. Beast video. It's not particularly close.
It's just exposure.
Exposure, yeah. That's the reason for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, right? It's like you either get the exposure of being in a Mr. Beast video, or you get the glory of surviving the mall with the tiger and potentially a really great Reddit thread.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. That's about the most fame that you're probably going to get off of that is an extensive Reddit thread that people are going to go, "You've earned your point, jolly good sir. Gold for you." Or you are featured on the local news.
No, that's good.
That's kind of it. This is just kind of like an interesting featurette. Like, local Vancouver man, Malcolm McLeod, has been excised from a closed mall of fucking shit and survived a tiger attack. I guess not. Okay. Fuck it.
No, I mean, you guys do make a good point. I feel like I was playing a little bit of devil's advocate. I'm just sad because I haven't had my Sobe of the day.
Yeah, he's
same,
Mr. Beast's advocate.
Late stage capitalism took my lizard milk.
Google lizard milk or search lizard milk on Rule 34.
I
Do
don't
it.
know.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, I regret doing this.